Hello, beautiful people. We are going to be canning raw chicken today. I've already cut it, cleaned it, and taken everything out of it that I don't want. My neighbor, Miss Rebecca, who is also my mentor and has so far taught me everything I know about canning, helped me connect with her connection of chicken. I don't know. We bought it from bulk from this guy. Anyways, got 10 chickens. We processed it. I put the meat that I wanted in my freezer for my family, and then I've got my meat that I want to can. This is deboned chicken thighs and the breast. These jars were brand new. We have never used them before. It's so important to know that you're supposed to wash them, though. These jars have been touched by other people. They've been processed through warehouses. Wash them, even if they're brand new. It doesn't matter. Our food is going in these, and the food is going to go in our bodies and the bodies of our babies and our loved ones. So I want to make sure everything is clean, and that's just how it goes. All right, these are my tools. Now, I did not use this cup. I'm not going to use it, but I think it's essential to know that you need one of these if you're going to can. It's going to fit into the lid of your smallmouth jars. My jars here are wide mouth, so I really don't need that to fit in here. But if I did, boom, it makes putting stuff in your jars. It's like a funnel, man. It's awesome. All right, this is essential for grabbing your jars out of your pressure cooker. We're not there yet, though. All right, so this pressure cooker, I love it. You can get it off of Amazon or Walmart. And those are the only two places I know to get it from. There might be somewhere else, look it up. But it's a really good brand. This is all you will use for canning. This is for regular cooking. So anytime you're canning, you will never touch any of these. I don't even use this function. I act like it doesn't exist. This is specifically in my house for canning. You will pick if you want high pressure, low pressure, or the water bath. And this is how you set your time, and you would press start. Okay? Then you have your pressure regulator at the top. It comes with two. One is green and one is black. I have the green one. I did not get rid of it, but that's for higher altitude. I live in Georgia, so I live in a low altitude, so this is the one for me. Now, if God decided to send me to the mountains somewhere sometime, I would need to switch this out for the green one. All right, so I diced my chicken, about this big, and I pulled all the bits off of it that I didn't want. And I kept them to show y'all that it's really important to go through your meat. Anyways, these are the cans, or the jars that I've already started, just to show you. Now, normally it is a 1-finger rule, but with this, I did go over that because as this cooks, the meat is going to shrink and it's going to produce juice. So when you're canning raw chicken, you don't want to put anything in it but the chicken. You can add like your seasonings and stuff to it if you want. But I'm going to season this after, like when I open it. I'll take it out, I'll warm it up, and I'll season it as I want. I'm not going to season it while it's in here. All right. All right, now I've done all my chicken, except for the parts that I didn't want. So another thing that I wanted to tell y'all is I did not push this down and pack it with my hands. I put the meat in there, and I did this to try to settle it. Now, don't heat me in your jars and break them, but just, give me a little tap. Okay. So, this is important too. You want to check your lids before you do it, because if you have a defective lid, it'll mess your seal up and your lid won't seal. Now, remember, these are brand new jars, so our lids should be perfect, right? Wrong. I actually found a messed up lid in this. And at first I got frustrated, but then I was like, well, God, thank you, because now I can show people what to look for. So you line them up and you check it. You see it? You see the defect? This would not seal because of that. So I can't use this. But you just want to line them up to make sure, and just double check all the way around. Okay. I've already done this before, but I'm just trying to show you all. All All right, when putting the rings on, we're gonna pressure can these. So once they're done and they've sealed and done all the things they need to do, and we want to store them in our pantry, these rings come off. These rings don't stay. This is what seals this top right here. So when you put this ring on, you don't want to put it on super tight. You want to put it finger tight. So just, you see now, but I can untwist it. So I just do it like this, and that's how I leave it. Again, not tight. I could also untwist it with 2 hands. So just finger tight, 2 feet. Well, I'm using 3, but you know. Okay. I actually messed up, guys, and I forgot to tell you a very, very important step. Before you lid your jars, wipe them. Get a clean towel, paper towel, cloth, whatever your choice is at your kitchen, your rules, and you wipe this rim. I already did it. I forgot to tell you how to do it, but you always want to wipe this rim to make sure there's no debris, no food, no oils, no nothing. Because if there is something, then this will not seal properly. So you always, always, always want to make sure that your rims are wiped before you do it, before you put your tops on. And all right, I have all my jars lidded. This is the inside of our cooker. This comes out. This is our pressure plate. You don't want to put water in just this. If you do, you can, wipe it out. But this is technically what you want to put the water in. And then you put this in there. Okay. Now, I learned this lesson the hard way, and I hope I can save somebody from my lesson. You do not want to pack your stuff too tight. Like if I did it like this, great, right? No, because when I go to come in to get my jars out, because these are going to be super hot, I'm not going to be able to grab them. So don't do what I did. That was awful. They need space between them. So I'm going to have to do several batches for this. And that's good. We'll do it like that. But see now, when I go to grab my jar, I can grab it. You never want to grab it by the lid, like up here. That's unsafe. Your jar can fall and bust and you will burn. It'll burn you if it busts and splatters. But you want to see? Okay. Another thing. Many of y'all may know this. I know there's people out there that may not. And that's okay, because we all learn things as life teaches us. Glass, if it's hot, you cannot put it in cold. Like if it's super hot, you cannot put it, the temperature shock can make it shatter and vice versa. So this is cool, so I can just put water in it with no worries. But when I go to can these next few jars, I am going to have to cool the water down before I put this glass in there, because this is going to be cold versus the water is going to be boiling, and I can shatter my jars and hurt myself. So always try to either warm up your jars, you temperature match. You never put a cold jar in boiling liquid or a very, very hot jar or glass underneath cold running water. It will shatter. All right, now we need to add water. And another jar full. It's about halfway covered. That looks good. Okay. And then we are gonna shut it. I was told by Miss Rebecca to never assume you know. Always, always double check. So I did double check. You can Google it for yourself. When pressure canning raw meat or meat of any kind, there are certain temperatures, or not temperatures, I'm sorry. You high pressure, but for certain times. So this is a pint-sized jar. This is a quart. Okay? For pints, it's 75 minutes on high pressure. For quarts, it's 90. So we get it in pints. So we are going to select that we want to high pressure. And I need to select up to 75. Okay? I want to make sure that this is open. This right here is important, and we'll talk about it when we are ready to get our chicken out. I also made some mistakes when I first started this, and Miss Rebecca taught me. Okay, so we got our high pressure at 75, and we're gonna press start. Oh, I timed out. Now it's gonna think. And in the meantime, my leftover jars of chicken cannot sit out. I need to put them in my fridge. Okay, this process can take up to like 30 minutes. And basically what it's doing once you press start and it starts this thinking process is it's trying to heat up. It's trying to bring its internal temperature up, okay? Steam will start coming out of here. You're not gonna worry about that. It will throw a code that says E10, and the E stands for exhaust. And again, that's what we set this to. See this little, it's set to exhaust. So it's up on exhaust. When the code, in about 30 minutes, when this beeps, it'll say E10. When that says E10, I'm not going to do anything because it has to count down for 10 minutes. So it'll go from E10 to E0. Once it goes to E0, it'll beep again. When it beeps at E0, then we have to move the valve at this top to airtight. Okay, and then it'll go in this thinking process again. And that will not be long. Okay, and then you just let it cook for the allotted time that whatever you're cooking is set to. When it's off, when it's done, the countdown is done. The canner will beep 3 times and it will read off. You cannot open this at that point. There's still so much pressure in there. So you have to allow it to cool and depressurize, basically. And you'll know because of this beautiful red ring. As this cooks, it is going to rise up. See how it's all the way down there? Because there's no pressure in here yet. I just started. But as the pressure builds, this red ring is going to raise up. And it's a safety feature. You will not be able to open this. You could move this around, but you don't want to do that either because you can burst your jars. So I'm telling you this because it's a 30-minute process. I can do with shorts over the E10 and everything when it pops up, but I didn't want to hold my phone up for the 30 minutes that it's going to take for it to warm up. So we're just going to end this video now. I hope y'all have a blessed day. We are going to also be canning the bone broth that I made out of the chicken bones yesterday. So, and I am going to tell you how you can use the fat. So look for that video because I'll be uploading it soon. That's going to be my next project while this is doing this. And I hope y'all have a blessed day.